Hello once again, my curious people. In today's session, we'll be learning 10 psychological fun facts that will blow your mind. So now get comfy and something to eat because it's about to get real. Have you ever wondered how our brain works? Number 10. The Dunning-Kruger Effect. Discoveries in 1999 about intelligent people were made by two social psychologists. Have you ever come across a very smart person that always thinks less of themselves? Well, there's a reason for that. Intelligent people often rank themselves below average. Now, it's the complete opposite case with people with low intelligence. They often rank themselves as an outstanding average. Funny or sad? The Dunning-Kruger effect often proves that ignorance is bliss. What this actually means is that if you don't know about something, you just don't worry about it. We can relate a lot to that today. Sometimes when we're watching a movie or even on another YouTube video and you don't understand what something means, you don't pause to do the research. You just ignore it because it's just not important. For example, when you are learning how to do something new that you are just not used to before, like photography, editing, or drawing, at first you might think that you're very good at it. It's because it's your first time. Beginner's luck. But the more you try, the more you practice, the more you realize how much you don't know. And you will actually come to a conclusion that you actually suck. That is why people with low intelligence rate themselves so highly. It's because they don't understand how little they don't know. The story about this robbery taking place in Pittsburgh in 1995, a man wore lemon juice all over his body thinking that will make him invisible, just because lemon juice is made to do invisible markers. This story is what led David Dunning and Justin Kruger to study more the case of this robbery. They were both perplexed, but so amazed by the confidence this robber had that led him to believe that he was actually invisible. He just had high expectations and no knowledge, which led him to think that he was a genius. Number 9. Music changes perception. We tend to listen to music depending on how we are feeling at the moment. Can you relate? The music that you listen to actually affects how you perceive the external world around you. Also, music can change your mood. Upbeat music can make you feel like you're at the top of the world. This is why we usually listen to this music during exercise. A sad song will end up making you feel sad, kind of like when you listen to sad music when it rains. Maybe because we want to act like in the movies. Have you ever done that? I have. A 2011 study showed that people struggle to recognize a happy face when listening to a sad song, and when listening to upbeat music, they were unable to recognize any negativity. It also showed that music can help you see things that weren't there. This is called a perceptual expectation. When you listen to something, your brain expects to see that through your eyes. Number 8. Remember remembering. Do you remember your first memory? Think about it. It can be one of your first birthdays or the first time you had so much fun with your family. But can you actually remember that far back? When you remember that moment, you are not actually going back in time. Your mind is remembering the last time you remember that moment. What a tongue twister. I bet that once in your life you have played telephone. This is how your mind works. Every time you remember, it changes a little more. And at some point, you won't be able to remember what actually happened or what you have taken out or added to the story along the way. Number 7. Singing reduces anxiety. When you sing in the car on your way to work or in the shower, it is a great way to push away anxiety and depression. For example, maybe when you're heading to your class and you will take a test that will determine your future, or you are heading to work to give the most important presentation of your life. At this point, you are a nervous wreck. Can you relate? How do you keep yourself calm at this moment? You should give this a try. It worked for me. Put on your favorite song and sing it as loud as you can. It might be funny, but singing floods your brain with endorphins and oxytocin, which releases stress and improves your mood by keeping your heart rate and control levels low. Giving this a try may turn your day around. Number 6. The negativity gene. A 2013 study found that some people are genetically exposed to negative thoughts. The negative gene pushes you to act with more negative emotions, and I will show you why. You can try this wherever you are while watching this video and may pause if you need time to think. What do you think about this waterfall picture and also this beach picture? Many people might view this as fun because it looks like a vacation. But the people with the negativity gene find this dangerous and alarming. Number 5. The power of sunlight. Have you ever felt down while being stuck inside your house for an entire day? And suddenly you walk outside and your mood instantly changes. We know of sunlight as giving us vitamin D, which is good for our body, bones, etc. But did you know that it can actually prevent mood disorders like depression? Well, because the vitamin D goes into our mood stabilizers and releases those pleasurable hormones to your brain for you not to feel down anymore. All you need is at least 10 minutes of your day out in the sunlight to brighten up your day. Number 4. Dopamine addiction. There are times that we cannot stop staring at our phone. We try to stop, but we just can't. We can spend hours on our phone. Recent studies show that navigating on social media and texting actually releases dopamine into your brain. But this isn't exactly why you cannot put your phone down. Dopamine also controls desire. It tells you when you want something and pushes you to get it, which is what keeps you scrolling all the time. It's a dangerous cycle to fall on because the longer you let it go on, the harder it is to break it. Number 3. Mood sickness. Being in a bad mood is not just hard on your brain, but it's hard on your physical body too. Our body and our brain are tied together. When either the brain or the body suffers, the other suffers as well. For example, when you are unhappy, you might get aches, inflammation, and even lower immune system. In other words, try to find ways to improve your mental state every day. Happiness is a huge part of being healthy. Number 2. Social complaining. We have to admit that we complain. At some point, we have complained about our coworkers, boss, teacher, friends, etc. But how much of our time do we actually waste complaining about others? Researchers say that an average person spends half of their conversation complaining about something. Another research says it's actually 80% that we spend complaining. Next time you are complaining, try to keep track of the time that you are actually wasting. Number 1. Measuring awkward silence. We've all experienced that unwanted awkward silence, when someone kills the mood with a bad joke, or just that we ran out of things to talk about. Whatever it is that caused it, we can agree that awkward silence are the worst. It's so bad that people avoid conversations completely to not come across that awkward silence. Wait, so when they get into a conversation, they might cause the awkward silence, right? How long does it take for a pause to become awkward? Only 4 seconds. It's all it takes. So next time, bring a list to avoid that awkward silence. That's it for today, my curious people. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.